I met Keith a couple of years ago when Keith was selecting a partner for some clubs he was working with. He and I have grown to be pretty good friends. So I'm excited to introduce to you Keith Catanzano.
Thanks, Blair. I'd like to take a couple minutes and share with you some of the information that we've learned after studying 100 or so clubs and modeling different aspects of members' behavior. Obviously, attrition is high in the industry. 30 to 50% attrition is not uncommon.
The fact that it does take a lot of cost to recruit a new member, and quite frankly, if you're recruiting and you're selling just to replace the ones who are leaving, then ultimately you're spending a lot of money and you're spending a lot of energy to just keep membership levels basically flat.
And Keith, and also to really understand, like when I went through my segment, and when I saw that last segment with the, everybody quits in that segment, it has me thinking, good Lord, am I spending money? What does this group look like? Where do they consume information? How did I acquire them? Why am I wasting my money acquiring them if they're not even there long enough to get past my return on investment on that customer acquisition cost that you have on the second to the bottom line there?
So Blair, that's a great point. And getting members to stay past that point at which you sort of recoup your costs is really important. What you're seeing here on this particular chart is it's a model of attrition, and it looks at what is the attrition per month for each month after a member has joined. This is important for a couple of reasons. One is when you look at your own data, if you find these kinds of peaks and valleys, then you can start to be proactive and get ahead of it. And if you find that there are certain groups where that first peak might be shifted a little to the left, well then quite frankly you might have a rise in attrition before you've even fully recouped your costs of acquiring that member, Blair, to your earlier point. And so, that would be a really important group to focus on, either A, no longer recruiting them in your advertising, or B, finding out why they're leaving and see if you can shift that to the right. We feel like retention programs have really got to be targeted. You've got a lot of members. A lot of them are going to leave no matter what you do. And so, being targeted and focused is important. Otherwise, you're going to, potentially spend more than you save.